Hey doll collectors, doll hobbyists, doll artists, how are you guys? I have Martijn here and I'm gonna change him into something very extremely summery. It's almost summer, guys. It's almost like officially summer. Mostly everybody's out of school already. My kids still have a couple more days left, but that doesn't mean any downtime for me. No, my kids still do like water polo during the summer. They participate in like everything in school. So that just means I have to participate. And so that's what I spend most of my time doing. I wish I could spend more time, playing with my dolls, but in the long run, I think I end up appreciating my dolls a lot better because I don't get to spend a lot of time doting on them, grooming them, changing them right now. I put this newborn size on him because I think it's just gonna fit him nicely. It's a very vintage looking. It's not vintage, it was custom made like recently, or a couple months ago, so it's not like an actual vintage piece, but the design is vintage, and I just love this detail right here with a little bear and a beach ball and a sailboat. So Moose is gonna get this on right now. So we're gonna put that on. And I just wanted to, and I completely forgot to bring the information. Wow, I always do that. I'm gonna put the information here somewhere in writing, but I wanna remind you guys that there is a doll meetup coming up in July. It is going to be at Allie's house, and if you'd like information about that, please email me at thislittlepiggy41@gmail.com. Okay guys, because there's gonna be 2 other meetups in the summertime. There's going to be the one at Allie's house, which is a birthday party theme, which I think is awesome. She always comes up with really cute themes, and it's going to be boiling hot in July, so I'm kind of glad that it's going to be in somebody's house. Always potluck, and always so much fun. I just have so much fun with these gals, and I'm looking forward to the new people that said they're going to show up. And I want to take this off of him. I'm looking forward to meeting all the new people that are going to be coming that have emailed me. So that's going to be one of them. The other one, I believe, is in August, and that one is going to be in Newport Beach, at a park in Newport Beach. So if you want any information, those 2 are not organized by me, but if you'd like any information on any of those meetups, please email me. And I'll be happy to give you the lowdown. You can also hit me up on Instagram, and I can get you connected to the hostess of these, or the people who organize these other meetups. But I am still, thank you for all of you guys who are showing interest in the Baby Expo. It is something I still want to do because I feel like it's going to allow us a lot of freedom to roam in strollers. No one's going to be taking double takes at us if we have the dolls, because they're going to be thinking they're babies anyway. I'm not really one for divulging too much information. I go out public when I do it for my own personal enjoyment, and it's my personal enjoyment. I don't do it to be the representative of the Reborn community or anything like that. So it's just something that I like to do, and then if I have a chance to do it with friends, it makes it even more fun, because then you get to talk about dolls. Making a video is great and everything, but it's always so one-sided because I'm talking, and I'm usually talking, and I guess that is the way it goes, and I'm not really like having a conversation, so it's a monologue, not a dialogue. So definitely, if you can get to a meetup, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Let your hair down, talk dolls and Reborn community stuff. I love it. I also watched a video this weekend, which I had heard about these incidences happening recently. I mean, there's a lot of scammy things that happen on in the Reborn community. And my friend Christina at Christina's Reborns had been talking about this because it happened a few years ago where a Romy doll went missing, and somebody in the US had sold the Romy doll to someone in the UK, and the buyer in the UK got the doll, did the box opening, and when she opened up the box, there was supposedly just a plastic doll and no silicone. So the seller was then out. Supposedly the doll, the silicone, the Romy doll, the Josiane, was stolen and missing. And so she did the box opening, showed the box opening, everything, blah, 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 happened. Years passed by. She actually gets her money back from the purchase because she said she was never delivered the doll. The doll was stolen. And unfortunately for the seller, she was out a doll. So, but years later down the road, somebody spotted this doll on eBay or for sale. I'm not sure, I can't remember now, but I know they spotted the doll for sale, reported it immediately to Romy. And everybody, you know, just went through the pipeline, everybody communicating with each other, saying that they've seen the doll for sale, that they see that someone has it. To make a long story short, what turns out is that all along the buyer in the UK had actually had the doll all along. So it was like probably the biggest swindle scam that I've heard of. I mean, there's a lot of shady stuff that happened. But yeah, hearing that story just, I mean, I heard another one, but I don't want to say too much on this one. This is like a recent one that I heard of, where a silicone doll just like about a month or two ago was sent to someone in Canada. I'm not going to say all the names or what doll it was or anything, because I don't know if there's been a resolve or what the end of that is. And I'm not going to claim that, you know, the buyer is not being truthful or anything, because I don't know. But I also heard that another person received a box with no doll in it. And so I connect these two stories, and they're two different countries that this is happening in. So it's not like it's the same person again or anything, but it just makes me, you know, kind of scared. It's kind of a scary thing in our community. There's another one, again, I don't want to mention any names or anything like that. This is recent. This is somebody that I actually know. It's a fellow silicone collector that I know, had a silicone. It was a silicone, Joanna Kazmierczak, silicone for sale. Somebody contacts her and tells her that somebody contacts her via Facebook, and it turns out that this person, I believe they said they were Ping Lao. I don't remember exactly what artist they said they were, but they said they were like this big, huge Reborn sculptor, and that person offered her a trade for one of her dolls, one of her silicone dolls, if she would trade the Joanna, and you know, that's it, just with the trade for the Joanna K doll. She was like, this is wonderful, too good to be true. Turns out it was too good to be true, because it was a fake Facebook account. It wasn't the actual artist. It was somebody that used the artist's photo, and God, he looks fabulous in this. Somebody that used the artist's photo, their image, and pretended to be this sculptor. Now, I can't remember the exact sculptor it was, so my friend didn't find out until after she shipped the doll. So like 24 hours after she shipped the doll is when it started to crumble, and all the entire story started to fall apart, and she started to realize, hey, this was a scam. She shipped the doll to an address in Florida. She spent a lot of time trying to work with her shipping facility, the place, you know, the shipping company that she used where she lived. And she was not in the U.S., but she was sending the silicone to the U.S. and Florida, and she was out of the country, out of this country here in America. She did everything possible to stop it from leaving her country, to no avail. It made it all the way to the U.S. It made it all the way to the FedEx facility in Florida. It took her, and then she got in contact with the facility where the doll was sitting at, and explained the situation, you know, and they stopped the delivery right before it was out for delivery, like right before that decision was made to put the doll out for delivery. So that was stopped. Of course, they told her they were sending the doll back, shipping it back to her. But it was a nail biter. I mean, I felt so bad for her. I kept communicating with her, trying to just, you know, keep her mind sane, because they're a lot of money. I mean, and I know it's just money. It's not like we've lost a life or anything like that, but it is one of the things that can happen in this hobby, in the Reborn community. There's a lot of people that are there's a lot of bravado, you know, people that are very ballsy, and they go out there and they're scamming. So it does happen. So my friend waited, you know, it was a nail biter for a couple days, waiting for that silicone doll to make it back to her. And when it did finally come back to her, we all like, we all breathed a sigh of relief. It was quite a scary thing to see unravel, and it turned out good for her, sooner than the Romy Stridham baby story turned out for that seller. But I'm glad that there's a happy ending on both. And then there's the other one that I told you where, you know, someone's claiming that the doll didn't make it, which I'm not sure of all the details in that. But yeah, there's things like this happening. We should all be vigilant, watching out for each other, trying to give each other information about these types of scams happening. They're really important. So I don't know, it was quite, you know, a scary thing for me to witness. My friend feeling completely helpless in the entire situation. But I'm glad that it had a happy ending. She got the doll back. I don't know exactly what happened to the people or whoever was at the end of that address in Florida where she was sending the silicone. That I don't know. But I am glad that it had a happy ending. So that's all I have for you guys today. Just a little, you know, scammer warning out there to be careful. Do your due diligence when investigating an artist, somebody that's selling anything to you. It can happen to any of us. My friend herself is a seasoned collector. She is no newbie to it, but it happened to her. It just, sometimes some things seem so real, and they can, you know, they can pass as real, and then things start to look a little foggy, and they start to crumble, and they don't hold water. You know, the stories don't hold water. So let's just all look out for one another, look out for these scams. I'm talking about it without using any names, but I do feel like these stories, they're not urban legends or any kind of urban myths. They do need to be told, and they do need to be circulated around the community so that we can all know what types of scams are being ran out there. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and click on that subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way you will always be notified when I upload a video. And I know you have a lot of options when it comes to Reborn channels, and I just want to thank all of you guys who come back here time and time again and continue the dialogue with me in the comments, contribute with, you know, with your, you have thoughtful contributions. I really appreciate it. I do apologize for not always being able to comment back or watch as many, you know, all of your lovely videos, but I do always check if someone has a channel and if they have content, and if I like the content, I do subscribe. So there's that, because I also want to be entertained on here. All right guys, so thanks for watching.